think I'm just gonna make a path from this house to the old hut, and well, if I don't finish it now, I'll finish it off camera. So, creativity and forcing creativity. It's funny how it happened. My good friend, The Brief Intermission, made a recent video about creativity and not forcing creativity. And it was interesting to watch that video. It was actually a really good video. I'll definitely leave the link in the description. But so I made the trailer and the storytelling series, and I really enjoyed it. At first, I was really pumped to make it. It was something exciting, it was something new. I was adding a lot more mods, or just like adding mods in general to the game. Not something too game changing, but just like more like quality of life mods, and like more animals and origins and that kind of thing. And I was really like looking forward to like telling the story and crafting the story and all of that. After I made the trailer and then I released it, it was cool. It took some time, but I was able to like make it, and I released it on Thursday? No, I released it on Friday. Yeah, I released the trailer on Friday, and then I worked on the first episode, and then I released that yesterday. What I came to realize about the episodes, or the episodes that I made, was that I had tried to, like make it as good as it could be, but it was also like a story I was trying to tell. And I distinctly remember feeling like, alright, I have to make this, like I want to make this. It wasn't a plan to release it yesterday. It was actually just like whenever I finish it, but I ended up working on it so much that I ended up finishing it quick enough, and was like, well, it's ready, might as well release it. So I did that, and what I distinctly remember feeling after I finished all the editing and it finally made sense was, great, finally I'm done with this. Alright, what else, or like what next? So after feeling that, I realized, well, yeah, I probably pushed myself to actually make the episode. It's not that I hated the story, I loved the story and the process was great, but after I felt that finally I'm done, then I knew that I was definitely forcing the creativity. I was definitely forcing, like trying to make this episode. So I'm definitely gonna give myself a break from that. As I said in my previous, I don't know what to call this series. Is this a series? Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's Let's Play and Chat or something. I really don't know what to call it, but I was sticking to, or in the previous whatever episode you want to call it, I was thinking of sticking to this more relaxed style where I'm just playing, doing like building up the world and just talking, rather than like trying to create an elaborate story. I did mention in that previous episode, I guess, of how I always had a problem of always trying to create like a huge elaborate story, and while that definitely has its place, don't get me wrong, it's something I really like about myself, being able to create these huge backstories and world building and all of that. Sometimes it can feel really draining, if I'm being completely honest. So yeah, this more relaxed style of play is probably something that I'm more used to, or something that just comes much more natural to me, rather than always trying to craft a big story. Obviously, if I'm told like to make a huge story, I will make a huge story and all the characters and whatnot, but usually like on a day-to-day like normal basis, this is how it is for me. And so yeah, I decided to make the first episode, since I did say I will make that episode, and I made it, I put it up there, and I was just there in the tube just whoever sees it, whatnot. And it's got me thinking how there probably, I don't know, like maybe like other parts in my life where I've tried to force creativity or like force something, or even just like experiment something. And yeah, that's actually the point I was trying to remember, was that I have seen it as more of, it's just another thing that I experimented on. Obviously, like, it's just one episode, but well, one episode and a teaser, but I've kind of given myself the permission to be able to experiment. If I see something like a piece of content that another creator has made and it's inspired me to like make my own version or create my own, I definitely go ahead and allow myself to create that. And if it's something I want to keep doing, then sure, I'll keep doing it. And if it's something I just want to try and experiment and see if I can do it too as well, and make something out of it for my own and share it, well, yeah, then I try it. So yeah, I tried this and I enjoyed the process. I know I definitely felt much more motivated before I started, like before I made the trailer or the teaser and before I made the first episode. I was definitely much more motivated to do it, as opposed to post production or post making it, where I've made the teaser and I've made the first episode. So I guess it's an experimentation thing. Maybe I'll continue, but as of right now, I am not really feeling that drive to continue. And I know it's just a surefire way to burn out if I try and force myself. I have to make episode 2, I have to make an episode 3, I have to keep this series going. I mean, I just started, but I don't want to pressure myself, so I don't give myself that pressure. Just, well, yeah, it was something I was interested in. I tried it and I felt finally we're done with it. So I guess it's just another experimentation thing that has come and gone. Maybe it will come back, maybe not, but if it comes back, fine. If it doesn't come back, well, oh well. I mean, I'm glad that at least I tried it and was able to know whether I liked it or not. And I guess the other side of it is that, I mean, there are times where you would have to force, when I say force, maybe force is the wrong word, but like other times where I might have to push myself to be creative, even if I'm not feeling like it, because, well, at least for me, it's definitely something that I have tried to do before, where I try to try to push myself to be creative and to actually like start doing something. And it definitely helped because I just needed to start, and then I got in the role or the swing of things, and ideas just kept coming and I kept feeling more and more inspired and creative. And then there are other times where I'm not too inspired and I'm not really feeling creative, and I try and it doesn't work. So it's just probably best to just give myself that break and just like, all right, you're not feeling this, that's fine, let's just do something else that we want to do or are interested in doing, rather than trying to force this thing and it has to be this thing, all of that. So yeah, that was that with that. It's also other things to, well, I have kind of other things to consider, like, do I want to keep this world with all the mods? Like, I do enjoy the mods. I don't think any of them are game changing. I think the most game changing one is Origins. But like, if I take out Origins, and I think the one that adds more animals, Naturalist, if I remember correctly, if I take those out, then it's pretty much vanilla Minecraft with just a lot of quality of life mods, like auto sorting the inventory, like with a click of a button, and a lot of things. But it's nothing, I don't think there are any like mythical monsters or like any added bosses. Oh well, I mean, I guess there are a few, but it's so minimal that it's almost like negligible to an extent. But yeah, if that is what direction I might take it, then I might just make it more of a vanilla style world, like keeping the same graphics, the same shaders, because I actually really like the shaders, especially when it rains and then you can like see the clouds like gather and then it starts pouring. So yeah, was that on that. I know I definitely still have like a lot of things to do, and on one sense, I'm not feeling too pressured to rush and like get diamonds, get netherite, and like fully stack myself up. On the other hand, this is my forever world, so there's also that to consider, like how creative I want to be. Should I just rush and try and get diamonds and max out my gear so that I can be as creative as I want to be, or should I take things slow? Because this iron, if you watch the other episodes, like from the episode 1 where I said I started my world in the trailer, I've had an iron problem. It's been bad. It's been bad. I've always been looking for iron. Yeah, but and then again with the whole modding thing, like if I really want this to be like a forever world that I always like return to and play in, and I do all like the survival stuff in and test stuff in, then like long-term wise speaking, it's probably best to reduce the amount of mods I have, just so that the world doesn't get corrupted. I know the last world that I had way-ish back in my videos, I really enjoyed like having that world, and then I think I added Terralith, and then it generated the new, I think I added Terralith, and then like I removed chunks, and then Terralith generated, and then I tried to remove Terralith, and then that corrupted the world. Obviously I should have known better, but then, well, I mean, I definitely didn't know better then, so the world was lost, and yeah, I was definitely making a lot of progress in that world. I was even like testing ideas and stuff, but it happens, so yeah, I mean, if I want to keep this world for a very long time, I should probably keep it as close-ish to vanilla, or just reduce the amount of mods so that the world doesn't get corrupted as the other world, because I guess before, even like with the other world, I was so, how do I put this? Like I was at first I was really excited to like start Origins and like play in like the trailer style, and then I ended up working on the world a lot, and then I got kind of attached-ish to the world, which usually doesn't happen because I drop worlds and start new worlds like at the drop of a hat. But recently I've like tried to like stick to worlds and have one world, and I played and I actually started playing in that world a lot. I made a good number of videos with that world, and I think that's where I even started long plays officially. I think that was the world I really started long plays. And then what happened was that eventually I switched, like I said, like I added Terralith and then tried to take it out. The world got corrupted and I got attached to the world, so when I lost the world, it really hit home. But I don't want to lose the world again. I say like it's light, and it is light. It's not something like heavily serious, like people create new worlds and lose worlds all the time, but it hits different when you kind of get attached to a world and you've poured a lot of energy, especially time, because the more you like pour time into a world, a Minecraft world, and you really work on it, and maybe there's some special things that you have in that world, like special memories and all that, and then all of a sudden like you lose the world because it got corrupted and there's no way to like restore it, then yeah, it can really suck. So I do hope that I can keep this world for years, a very long time. I'm not really interested in starting afresh at all, and so I'm probably gonna have to review a lot of the mods that I have. I know Origins is kind of, I guess it's easy, or like it's not so game changing that the world might completely get corrupted. So I could keep that, but at the same time, I've not really seen, excuse me, I've not really seen how far I can push myself in vanilla to actually like create something and keep working on something, make something without the assistance of any mods whatsoever and stuff like that. So yeah, that's that on that. I will probably make a decision sometime soon, maybe even before the next episode, or yeah, I guess the next episode, since this is kind of a series, technically speaking. And hopefully that all goes well and that goes according to plan. And well, I've been releasing a lot of videos. Actually, recently I've basically released a video every day since Thursday, and that is due to the fact that this week was my fall break for university, so I had like a whole week off, no school. I had personal things I wanted to work on, so I did work on them, but because I got more time, I was able to also spend more time like creating videos and editing them and posting them. And with even like having more time, I've gotten into my own rhythm or production of like making videos. So I was able to like make videos much faster and edit and upload, as opposed to when I just started and I was like trying to make the video as best as possible and all that. So yeah, that kind of happened and I had more time. I'm not gonna keep up posting like every single day because obviously like school's about to resume like literally tomorrow. But I'm probably gonna be more frequent with the uploads, especially since like this new style that I'm going for is much easier to make, and it doesn't, well, I say it doesn't, I don't have to like, plan for months and then make one video. So yeah, and I do really find it really relaxing. I really don't know how to describe what exactly the series is, so I'll just leave it to, I don't know, maybe like a let's play and talking, or like a talk let's play Minecraft video. I really don't know. It's up to you and well, to YouTube to decide what it is. I don't know what to call it yet, but yeah, that's been that on that. And well, it was raining actually. Wow, yeah, before I forget, it was pouring this morning, and well, I went to church, and then it was pouring on the way, and I had to take the metro. I got to the place and then had church, and then on my way back had to get some grocery things, and it was raining a lot less. It was actually almost not raining at all by the time I was coming back home. And as I was coming back home, then it started to, after I got the things from the grocery store, it started to rain a little bit more. And then I finally got home and it started raining again, so I made myself a nice cup of hot chocolate. It was great. I was so ready for it, because like with rain, I think that's one of my favorite types of weather to have. Actually, my favorite type is right before like a huge storm, where I can see like the clouds kind of like rolling on themselves. I don't know how to describe it, but maybe you know what I'm talking about, where like the clouds are like rolling and they're like getting ready for like that huge storm that's coming, and it's all windy and it hasn't started raining, but if it does start raining, it's going to be like really heavy. That's my favorite part of the weather. And then it's when it's just like constantly raining and I'm just like under like a warm blanket. Oof, yeah, wow, it really does slap different. Really, God knows I love that weather. So yeah, I mean, I don't always enjoy it, especially when like I have to go out to classes and stuff, or I just have to go out in general and then it's pouring and obviously I get wet, and so yeah, it's not fun then. But if I'm under my blanket or it's like under covers and then it's raining and I've had myself like a nice hot chocolate. Ooh, yeah, it really hits different. It really does. So yeah, I mean, I guess then talking about the future of, I say, this world and the channel, I will say, I've said it before, I will say again, that I hope to keep things simple in the sense that I'm not trying to be like loud or over the top, because I'm not loud and over the top in real life. That's actually how I am. More mellow, chill. I can obviously, like ramp up the energy, and I can like make it like, hey, how you doing? Like, let's go do this, let's go do that, and all of that. But that's for very few times or specific times when it requires me to like have like more energy. But usually it's just really like chill and relaxing and very very mellow. What I say. Yeah. So I mean, if that's your kind of vibe, well, welcome. And I guess with long plays, I'm not entirely sure if I should still do long plays. I might. There's a good chance that I might do them. It just take a ton of time to upload, and so I have to like really be like on the ball ahead of the game in terms of like upload schedule and when I record, because like if I start uploading late, like if I plan to upload at a specific day and I upload like late in that day, it's most likely gonna appear like the very next day. And so it's much more, let's say, strategic, or much more much more effort in uploading and making sure that it happens. But yeah, I actually really just do enjoy this laid back, chill. I'm just working on the world, doing different things, maybe like making a path, or I'm decorating something that I built, or I start building something new, or just exploring the world, or getting resources and just chatting. Yeah, it really is really relaxing to do. So yeah, with all that being said, I mean, I guess I'll catch you sometime soon. Yeah, sometime soon. All right, take care.